Now live at 11 o'clock, it's the WHAS 11 night team, and we are continuing our WHAS 11 weather impact alert day for you tonight. Thunderstorms dropping right toward Kentuckiana from the north. Some could be severe. Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for joining us on the night team. I'm Doug Prophet. Our chief meteorologist, Ben Pine, is right now following the movement of that storm system for us all. And Ben, where does it stand at the moment, and do we have anything to be worried about overnight?
Yeah, Doug, it's taking its time. For now, as expected, it is moving in from the north, but this could be around through our late night hours and through part of the overnight and maybe waking a lot of us up. So we do have a severe thunderstorm watch until 4 a.m. for a large portion of our WHAS 11 viewing area. And there you can see those storms building and blossoming here over the last couple of hours. So starting to impact areas here in northeastern Lawrence County, just to the east of Bedford. Watching this cell pretty closely. Some quarter-size hail possible. There is a severe thunderstorm warning on this storm as it tracks to the east and southeast around 20 miles per hour over Highway 50. There's just a little bit of a notch right there. There's some broad rotation, not a tornado at this time, but watching it closely. Lots of lightning strikes and some very heavy rainfall. Some isolated damaging wind gusts will be possible with this storm as it moves toward the Brownstown area. We also have some slow movers here westbound down 64 west of Louisville. These are tracking to the east at about 15 to 20 miles per hour in Du Bois County. These are going to continue to move that direction into Crawford County towards English in northern Perry County as well. That's all we have in our viewing area at the moment, but as we move to futurecast, notice that it does have this activity persisting here through midnight, getting closer to Metro Louisville, and then the storm starting to move off to the southeast by around 2 a.m. We'll wake up with dry conditions here and out the door for our morning commute. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 70s, lower 80s, a muggy night. Very hot weather on the way tomorrow. 95 the high temperature with a heat index around 100 to 105. So we do have a weather impact alert day for tomorrow as well. And notice this, tomorrow evening, another round of some strong to severe storms will be possible. The storms are part of the story, but excessive heat and humidity combining for triple-digit heat index values. So we have more of these alert days to show you coming up in our complete weather impact forecast.
Thank you, Ben. That's why we're always following the weather impact for you right here on WHAS 11. The chance of severe weather also brings the chance for power outages. So now's a great time to download the free WHAS 11 app. We'll send you severe weather alerts directly to your cell phone, and you can stay up to date with our live storm tracking radar from the WHAS 11 weather impact team. Now all new on the WHAS 11 night team, the task force created in Frankfort to scrutinize JCPS met again today. Front and center, the superintendent, Marty Polio. He was pressed about keeping teachers out of control student behavior and, of course, those school buses. WHAS 11 night team's Alex Dieter and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie covered this group's biggest concerns ahead of August 8th. And what did you hear from those lawmakers, Alex?
Well, Doug, I mean, parents, the JCPS task force, and even the federal government are all watching closely to see how this school year unfolds, particularly the district's transportation. And everyone is asking the big question, is the district ready? While students are getting ready to head back to the classroom, the JCPS task force is meeting in Frankfort for the second time. Republicans and Democrats searching for common ground to improve the school district.
From what we started last year with, we've made some significant progress.
The transportation meltdown from last school year has been a driving factor in the legislators' push to form the task force.
We're having to make tough decisions around who gets transported, and that's something we don't want to do, but what we've had to do.
In his recent evaluation, the board outlined Marty Polio's shortfalls in identifying staff shortages as the root cause of the transportation crisis and his lack of effort to address teacher vacancies.
Coming back from the pandemic and facing the shortages that we face in so many of our critical roles, we've been very assertive with identifying the need to increase our compensation for all of our staff.
One other question came up about the bonus money given to teachers who will commit to teach in higher needs schools.
How many teachers took advantage of that? Because, I mean, that's almost a lifestyle change, $8,000.
Our focus was getting more people involved, but then also retaining teachers. So we did have a good number who jumped at that opportunity from the beginning.
Polio said the district's retention rate of teachers is 96%. Task force member Kentucky Representative James Tipton shared a conversation he had with a JCPS teacher of 22 years who chose to retire this year.
She didn't talk about salary, she talked about discipline. And I know that's a major issue.
In the past 2 years, we have had a significant decline in the number of what we would call egregious behavior incidents.
He was questioned about complaints of no discipline in the schools.
One of my biggest challenges or frustrations that I have in my career is, on the one hand, I can be told we're under-disciplining students by not disciplining enough, while the next day I can be in a meeting with a federal group or even a state group who says we're over-disciplining students.
Now, again, today in Frankfort, the task force also touched on chronic absenteeism, and they say this is something that the district dealt with from all students of all backgrounds. And with the school year starting in less than 2 weeks, all eyes right now are on JCPS. In studio, Alex Dieterer, the WHAS 11 night team on your side.
Alex, thank you, and quite the meeting as we get closer to August 8th. Thank you. The family of the man shot and killed by Metro Police in Valley Station is now asking the Louisville mayor for an independent investigation into what happened. Attorney Mike Cooper is representing the family of 32-year-old Yoel Roberto Napoles Rivero. Police initially responded to his family's home last Thursday for a trouble call. The interim police chief, Paul Humphrey, says Napoles Rivero went toward officers with a knife, and that's when he was shot and killed. The man's family is disputing this. In a letter to the mayor sent on their behalf, Cooper writes, quote, "He was not holding a knife, nor did he pose any genuine threat to any of the officers on the scene at the time he was shot," end quote. The body camera video is expected to be released by the 8th of August. Today, Louisville Metro Police identified the police officers right here who were involved in the shooting as Garrett Schmeltz, Kendrick Eves, and Matthew Forbes. They're on administrative leave, which is the police department's policy. Emergency first responders in Grayson County have found the body of a second person killed in a boating crash on Rough River Lake around midnight Sunday. The Falls of Rough Fire Department says the crash between a pontoon and a bass boat happened near the Cave Creek boat ramp. One person was killed, another flown to the hospital, and a third person is missing. With help from several agencies, including the Louisville Metro Police dive team, crews did find that third victim yesterday afternoon. The Anchorage Middletown Fire and EMS are mourning the loss of one of their own tonight, Sergeant Christian Smith. The department says the 35-year-old drowned today while swimming at Barren River Lake. He had been with the department since 2014. They say their hearts are with his family at this time. Louisville Metro Police are asking for your old cell phones, saying that donation could actually help save a life in our area. During this year's National Night Out, LMPD's Victim Services Unit will be hosting what's called Phone It Forward. They're going to be collecting old phones, tablets, laptops, and smartwatches for the 911 cell phone bank. The devices will be reset and given to law enforcement, who will then hand them out to victims of human trafficking, domestic violence, or violent crime. You can donate your old device during National Night Out on August 6th from 5 until 8 at your local LMPD division. And we've got a link for you to all those sites at WHAS11.com. Well, the rivalry is alive and well between UK and U of A basketball players and their fans at Freedom Hall tonight. We saw some of that spirit early on with a little pushing and shoving on the court breaking out early in the game between the veterans. And the fans loved it by packing the famed arena. There's 13,506 of them in attendance as the game is still underway. It's a record crowd for the TBT tournament. WHAS 11 night team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie have been there covering this exciting night of July basketball, and what a crowd you got to see there tonight, Taylor.
Absolutely, and I'm not sure, you can probably hear some people yelling out here, Big Blue Nation, but thousands of fans were so excited to come and see some of their favorite teams play against each other. And some fans I talked to tell me this reminds me of back in the day of how the teams used to play.
Go Cards!
Shout out Big Blue Nation.
The excitement of thousands of Cards and Cats fans filled Freedom Hall as former players from both teams played against each other. But this time, the Wildcats' former players are known as La Familia, and Cardinal alums are represented as the Ville in the basketball tournament.
Oh, it's great. It brings back the memories, you know, from the good times when they was winning championships, going to Final Fours, making a run. And it's great to see them back out there doing that and bring back the memories for us.
Most of the players have professional experience playing for the NBA and international teams. Fans were excited to see their favorite players back on the court.
I'm really excited to get to see Tyler Ewell's coach, see Kellen Grady and Nate Sestina back playing, especially against Louisville.
My favorite, Trez, he brings the energy, the emotion. He gets everybody behind him, get the crowd into it.
I mean, he's just so good. How can you not love Montrez?
The rivalry brought younger generations to the stands at Freedom Hall.
It's very, very cool. I mean, I love basketball, and hopefully I can be up there one day.
Ready to cheer on their teams to a win.
Hopefully Kentucky comes out with a win.
I'm thinking whoever takes this game tonight, cakewalk to the victory in Philly.
And tonight, La Familia walked away with the W, and since there was such a high record of attendance at tonight's game, Mayor Craig Greenberg has now declared July 29th as TBT Day in Louisville. Reporting live in Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Okay, as Taylor just reported, the UK veterans win the game, and our coverage of this big night doesn't stop right here. Stay with us. Our sports team is following the game up close, and they'll have highlights for you in just a few minutes. Some positive news today from the family of Officer Nick Wilt, who left inpatient therapy 1 year ago. Officer Wilt was shot in the head while showing incredible bravery racing toward the shooting at Old National Bank. Today, his brother Zach, the Oldham County EMS director, shared an update on Facebook with everyone. In his post, he says Wilt is walking, talking, and eating well, and he'll soon receive a service dog donated to help assist him in his everyday life. Wilt's family says his goal is to regain independence, and he is on his way as his healing journey continues. Well, a tradition that is uniquely Louisville is now 54 years old, and tonight's dainty contest brought out a huge crowd to Schnitzelburg, enjoying bologna sandwiches and trying their hand at this game.
Hey, there we go. That's what we're talking about. We're going to call that an 11-foot drive right on down the line.
The rules are simple. Use a stick to hit the dainty up in the air and then smack it again. The person who hits it the farthest is the winner. This is the 54th year for the event, held outside Hauk's Corner Store on Goss Avenue.
I think it's great for the local business. It's here, but I think what it really is, I mean, this is the 54th annual dainty contest. It's bringing people together. You saw all the elected officials come out. So it's an important community bind. In Germantown, Schnitzelburg has been growing for decades, and it's a great place to live.
And congratulations to this year's Dainty World Champion, Jason Lippa. He hit the dainty 173 feet for, get this, a new world dainty record.